question. I wish I would have known then how much preparation it takes to get ready to do these games and being a professional. But I think any young player would say the same thing about 10 years into their career. I wish when I was a rookie I would have known, but I wish I would have known then. I said, and the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams as we're just about ready to get this one started.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, it'll be the Phoenix Suns going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder at Chesapeake Energy Arena. Looking at the Thunder, they've had their moments this season. There have been some real bright spots to help them get to the 5th best mark in the Western Conference. And Coach Billy Donovan, not too long ago, made the jump from college to the NBA. Kenny, that's never an easy transition.
They're two completely different worlds, Ernie. The college game and the pro game, two different. But how you fill out your roster and how the game is played is totally different. But Billy's doing a great job of handling it.
Yeah, he is. We've seen a lot of recent college coaches like Brad Stevens make a fairly seamless transition. But for Billy Donovan, I think the jury's still out.
Well, that's a wrap for here.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. Taking a look at Oklahoma City, if the playoffs started today, they'd hold the number 5 seed. Of course, they're looking to build on that. And, of course, Phoenix, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And when I look at Oklahoma City, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. And it's Oubre in at the 3, the small forward. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Dort in at the small forward position. And so it's the Suns getting on the board first. Here's Paul. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Rubio against Paul. Here's the teardrop. And Rubio with the lay-in. Of course, we know these teams have great perimeter play, and they rely on it a lot.
It feels as though, Kevin, the current rules in today's game favor ball handling. They favor shooting ability. They want high-scoring games with an ability to go unimpeded to the basket. And what it translates to me, it translates to pretty free-flowing basketball. You've seen the game evolve over the years, Kevin. What's your take on it?
I love the way that we see guys with great handles that can shoot and penetrate. I love the bigs outside. I got to tell you, boys, there's nothing about the game I don't like right now.
I'm right there with you.
So here's Gallinari after the made shot from Ricky Rubio. Gallinari dishes to Adams. Shot clock at 5. Pulls up. It's hauled in by the Suns. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, frankly, Greg, they should be shocked. I mean, that kind of effort simply won't cut it in today's NBA. Let's see if they take any lessons from it.
The Thunder with another miss.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. And the upside for Ayton was always present. But, Doris, were you surprised at how polished he was as a rookie?
Not at all, because DeAndre Ayton has got a big-time offensive game. This guy can finish with the best in the league right at the cup. You know he's dynamic on the offensive end, and this guy's only going to add strength and get better on the defensive end.
numbers for Gallinari. 12th in free throw percentage, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And he deserves credit for knocking down such a high percentage of his free throws. It's not a glamour part of the game, but incredibly important nonetheless. Now here's Ball. He's coming off a 28-point game against Utah.
Yeah, and it seemed like he spent about half the game shooting free throws. Credit him for really taking it to the defense.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. So he gets them both. On offense, here are the Suns. Big stretch here going 10-2. Saric outside. Dishes it to Oubre. Pass to Booker. 6 on the shot clock. Takes the 13-footer. It's hauled in by Adams.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, defended by Booker.
That's a complete effort. Stuck with his man, gets his hand up, and then he doesn't hesitate to finish the possession with the rebounding job.
The offensive rebound. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
Free throw no good for Ayton.
Well, if it's possible for a #1 overall pick to go under the radar, then I think that's what you'd say about DeAndre Ayton last year. Doncic stole the headlines, certainly, but DeAndre Ayton had a big-time start to his career.
Now, here's Rubio, following the shot by Chris Paul. Booker the pass to Ayton. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break chance. Rejected by Booker. Rubio looking it over. Pass to Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end, Greg. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Here's Dort. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Adams, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 4 to shoot. No good from outside. And the numbers that Ayton put up as a rookie, very impressive.
Well, DeAndre Ayton said the lack of attention didn't bother him at all. This guy showed he can be a focal point on both ends, and he's only going to get better with more repetition.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They went to Phoenix for their last meeting with the Suns and came out with a win.
Yeah, and they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
Some stats for Saric.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Here's Dort. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Gallinari outside. The pass to Dort. Kicks it out to Paul to stop the run. Phoenix grabs the miss. Ayton's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Saric outside. Oubre outside. Offline with his 3. Thunder trailing by 15. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Paul. Gallinari outside. His 3-pointers off the mark. And it's Rubio with the ball for Phoenix. Saric outside. He kicks it to Oubre. Saric passes to Rubio. From the arc. That one doesn't go. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz. Here's Paul. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Saric.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Out to the wing. Here's Dort. And it's blocked. And up the court come the Suns on the break. Rubio's got the ball. Thunder trailing by 15. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
And you gotta love how Paul sees the whole court so well. Maybe the best quality for a point guard to have.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. And Doris, you play point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a 3, he might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building 3. Like, get in transition and run, baby.
Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Paul. And then for Phoenix, Aaron Baines comes in for Saric. And it's Bridges in for Kelly Oubre. Booker the pass to Ayton. Rubio against Schroeder. Rubio outside. Here's Baines. And a missed layup.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks it over to Schroeder. Gallinari wide open. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
Well, coaches love seeing this from Dennis Schroeder. Recognize the situation, find the open teammate.
Rubio the pass to Ayton. Booker outside. Fires for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Booker's got 7. Thunder trailing by 14. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Adams. Pass to Schroeder. Pulls up, high post. That shot off. Good D by Rubio. Phoenix has gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, I got a few minutes with Billy Donovan. He talked about the impact of Devin Booker, adding, he's one of the most capable offensive weapons in the league. A shooter, a scorer, and now becoming a great playmaker. He can punish you for sending help. I don't know, Kevin. I still think that's better than watching him put up 60 against you.
Thank you, David. And here's Schroeder after Devin Booker getting his shot to go from deep.
Instant offense. Dennis Schroeder can fire up his team with that pretty dribble drive.
Rubio, the pass to Baines. They get a hand on it. Gallinari outside. Ayton with it. Now guarded by Gallinari. For three, Bridges. And the Suns get it back. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I tell you, this guy already a double-double threat nightly, and DeAndre Ayton's ceiling is still high. Now, he's got to go ahead and reach those expectations by putting in the work.
Phoenix shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. For the Thunder, Nerlens Noel checks in for Steven Adams. Mike Muscala comes in for Gallinari. And Diallo subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Carter, he's checked in for Phoenix. And the second free throw, good. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They trail by 16. Inside, and Noel kicks to Muscala. The three-pointer, no good. Phoenix has gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. And not a season, Doris, that pops off the stench, but a strong rookie campaign for Mikal Bridges.
You simply can't ignore the defense he brings for this team. Very refined for his experience level. Teams would love to see him grow into a third option on the offensive end with this roster. Let's see if that happens.
In the corner, it's Diallo. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Here, these defensive coaches in our meetings, Doris, talk about their players staying on a string, helping the help defenders in this league are important.
No doubt, and there are certain guys who are gifted defensively. Paul George, to me, was a Defensive Player of the Year category. Rudy Gobert, multi-time winner of the Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy is considered a great shot blocker, and no question that's the case. But it's because his defensive rotation is so good. Guys like Marcus Smart, the ones willing to give up their body, fly around the floor, be great anticipators. I mean, that impacts me.
Aren't they fun to watch?
So fun.
Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for the Suns. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Suns lead by 16. Bridges passes to Carter. And here comes the break. Here's Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Well, the quick hands of Dennis Schroeder to create the havoc defensively and get a steal.
Well, Phoenix shooting 45% from the floor since the game got underway. Booker left side. Baseline J on the way, and it's Noel with the rebound. Oklahoma City shooting alarming 21% to get things going here. Here's Ferguson, defended by Carter. Schroeder outside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Diallo. But if they'll get another chance. Tries again. Baines with the block. 1:14 left in the first. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit, Greg, for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Here's Ferguson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Schroeder. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
For a guy who's a little bit smaller at the guard position, Schroeder is fearless. I think he likes contact.
Carter, the pass to Baines. He dishes it to Booker. But they get it back. Kaminsky. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. And the Suns lead by 16. 27 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Schroeder. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, Dennis Schroeder over the years, boy, as he started to harness all that energy and talent.
The Thunder shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That's good from Schroeder.
Yeah, I think one of the important things for Dennis Schroeder is to keep trying to become more and more efficient. Let his offense come naturally and improve as a distributor.
That one misses.
And here in the early going, missed free throws starting to become the storyline.
Johnson, the pass to Baines. Here's Jerome. To the middle. Here's Kaminsky. Misses the layup. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for the Phoenix Suns. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Back right after this. Glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Suns, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you could see the results.
Thunder trailing by 15. They've got Nerlens Noel. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Diallo. Then it's Mike Muscala, and it's Ferguson in a slippery spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
Well, I do like seeing Schroeder get to the mid-range because that shot's still an important one in today's NBA.
Here's Jerome. He's guarded by Diallo. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Suns have gone 1 of 3 at the line here. Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment.
Wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
I remember it very well.
Incredible.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Kaminsky misses. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. 15-point game. The dish to Muscala. Here's Ferguson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Beyond the arc. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. And the Thunder making a switch here. Paul's checked in, and the Suns also making a change. Sharch checked in for Aaron Baines. Here's Muscala. With the fadeaway. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Muscala's got his first basket of the night. Here's Jerome, defended by Paul. And here is Johnson. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. That is his first foul of the game. So it's Phoenix now. 17 points was their biggest margin. Clock at 6. Jerome passes to Carter. Goes up at the stripe. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Diallo inside. Defended by Carter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Let's go briefly to our rookie leaderboard. The deeper we get into the season, the more these rookies' three-point percentage seems to improve. The Thunder have hit half their free throws in this one, going 3 of 6 so far.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
He's off on the first. No luck that time either.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Here's Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Wow, look at the way the big man, Noel, set up his guys, puts the pass in the perfect position, easy shot.
Phoenix leading by 11. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Jerome passes to Kaminsky. Over Noel. Phoenix, no good that time either.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Shot good by Diallo.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Johnson outside. Pass to Jerome. Back to Johnson. Trying to get something going. And the rejection by Noel.
We know Noel is a superb shot blocker. Maybe his best attribute, Kevin.
And the Thunder with some changes. Alinari, he's checked in for Muscala. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Diallo. Oubre is checked in for Phoenix. Ricky Rubio comes in for Carter. Paul passes to Noel. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Suns leading by 9. Now, here's Rubio. Trailblazers in Portland.
And you know, guys, the other thing I really appreciated about his effort in that game was the effort and work on the glass. What a well-rounded performance.
And Paul has a beautiful stroke from deep. A gifted shooter who drains perimeter shots with consistency.
Here's Jerome. To the inside. And the basket by Rubio. Rubio's got 6 points.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Paul goes in. It's hauled in by the Suns. 17 points was their biggest margin.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Rubio, the pass to Kaminsky. Saric trying to break free, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And now it's a 10-point Suns lead. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's tightly guarded. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5. Here's Jerome. Fires from 14. Misses off the left iron. Here's Gallinari. And Gallinari throws it down.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
And here are the Suns now. The Thunder making the shot. Here's Jerome. For the 3. Gallinari with the rebound. Thunder trailing by 8. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. All up top. Gallinari surveying the D. Back to Noel. Over Kaminsky. And it's Noel missing. And it's Rubio with the ball for the Suns. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Now here's Saric. Had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland. Oubre outside. And Rubio kicks to Kaminsky. Over Noel. Kaminsky misses.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
And there's the pass to Paul. Gets it to fall, but still just 2 for 10 from the floor this game. Suns leading by 6. Rubio outside, and it's Kaminsky, top of the key. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. A lot of opinions, Doris, on who may be named the coach of the year. When you look at the criteria for you when you're voting, what do you look at?
Well, obviously, you think about who has the best record. That's the first thing you look at. And what has contributed to that best record. But it isn't only about that, right? You have to consider, number 1, what's the roster challenges that head coach may have had to overcome? Did he have to deal with any mid-season trades? There are so many things that go into making up a great year as a basketball coach in the NBA. So many things.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Adams checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
That's so much that Rubio gives you. The last thing that has to come to me is the range shooting.
Thunder trailing by 8. The drive by Paul. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Devin Booker.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Thunder have had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made. And he makes the first.
And the future Hall of Famer continues to get it done. Paul is a special point guard who just wants to win.
Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. so he makes both from the line.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Passes it to Bridges. Kicks it to Oubre. Pass to Booker. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Teardrop shot. Some solid defense from Ayton.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Here's Adams. The Suns getting the bucket. Paul outside. Over to the wing. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6.
Reason number 1, CP3 is out there, making strong passes, keeping the offense flowing.
Booker looking around. Lets it go from 11. Second shot opportunity, and that one's good. Ayton's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Paul against Booker. Over Booker, and the shot is good. The Phoenix Suns been cut down now to just 6, and the basket from Chris Paul.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 8. The teardrop falls in. Rubio's got 6 points in the quarter.
Oh, you have to appreciate Rubio's creativity. Floats that one in.
Pass to Gallinari. The feed to Adams. And Adams with the slam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Now, here's Oubre. 7 points in the game. Here's the 3. Ayton dishes to Bridges. Count it. Bridges has got his first basket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Paul against Rubio. 1:58 left to play in the first half. Paul with the bucket.
Well, this quarter has been all about this guy. He is trying to close the gap in the score.
Booker outside. Suns moving the ball around. Oubre with it. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. From deep. Offensive rebound. Ayton. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots, off to a good start.
What a fantastic offensive rebounder. Ayton's so good at using his physical advantages.
But they'll get another chance. Rubio against Paul. Over Rubio, and there's another one for the Thunder.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
55 seconds left in the first half. The pass to Bridges. That one's not going to go. So the Thunder will take it the other way. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Now, here's Oubre. He has 7. Rubio outside. And taken away by Paul. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Phoenix grabs the miss. Ayton's got his 16th rebound on the night. Oubre on the wing. Rubio finds Ayton. Here's Booker. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Booker's got 12.
There are few people in the league that are more scary when they start to find their rhythm than Devin Booker. He's cooking right now.
And so it's Phoenix with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Ricky, how do you guys put this thing away in the second half?
We got a lot of turnovers, they got a lot of layups, and that can happen. We have to take care of the ball.
We'll see if you can do that, Ricky. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Devin Booker had it going on in the first quarter. He had 12 points and 1 block. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
As we know, Devin Booker's a complete scorer. Equally adept off the dribble and off the catch and shoot. Obviously, he has the range. But just when you overplay him, that's when he gets to the rim.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
They're getting out-rebounded by a Shaq-sized margin. Really big. From the get-go, they did not show enough effort. Usually when you're being out-rebounded like that, you're 10, 15 points behind. So things could definitely be worse.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side, my brother.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Chris Paul, what a contribution.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Setting the floor for the Suns, Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. And it's Oubre in the small forward. And a quick look at how the Suns' schedule is shaping up. On Saturday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And looking at the Mavericks matchup, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
Free throw, good. Ball. And so Paul nails both of them. Here's Rubio. Saric outside. Passes to Booker. Launches a 3. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And it's Gallinari missing. Suns leading by 4. Saric passes to Rubio. Back to Saric. He kicks it to Booker. Trains it from beyond the arc. Booker's got 15.
Now, this guy has such a versatile offensive skill set. Devin Booker is a threat once he steps across the half-court line.
Here's Paul. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. 17 points was their biggest margin. Rubio against Paul. Saric outside. Back to Rubio. Just 5 on the clock. With the shot. Dort grabs the miss.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's a look at the stats for Devin Booker.
He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. 9th in assists, 14th in scoring, and tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. And the first one at the line is good. And Ball drills both of them. 90 seconds now into the second half. Ball against Rubio. Pass to Saric. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Saric has got his first points in this one. Pass to Adams. Ball against Rubio. Back to Adams. Dishes it to Paul. Lays it up off the glass. Paul's got 6 in the quarter.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
The pass to Saric. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Rubio outside. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, defended by Booker. From 12 feet out, Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10 points in the game.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now, here's Oubre. He's got 7. Count it, good. He's got 9.
Yeah, this is one thing about Kelly Oubre. I know he's thin, but there's a wiry strength to him. He's able to take the hit and complete it.
Ball against Rubio. Third quarter action in just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Paul's shot is off.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort, you see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
You mad, you broke, we close, West Coast, we back, we boast, the entire rock us the globe, turn that loud as it goes, been counting pounds of euros, I can't be playing with these, they back, I know. Go ahead, get you some, yeah, just watch when I get me some, go ahead, get you some, yeah, get you some, just can't wait till I get me some, go ahead, get you some, yeah, man, just watch when I get me some, go ahead, get you some, yeah, get you some, just can't wait till I get me some, and that's my tribe, I don't know how you stay fly,
And a good group in here for the Thunder. Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. Mike Muscala comes in for Gallinari. Diallo, he's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. And then for Phoenix, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for 8. Johnson comes in for Oubre. And it's Carter in for Ricky Rubio. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. 17 points was their biggest margin. And Saric kicks to Baines. Moves back up. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. we got a chance now to check out multiple seasons of assist numbers and what has been the trend for Rubio.
And you can see how much he's improved as a distributor over the past few years. He takes a lot of pride in his passing. Keeping his teammates involved and being a creator out there is really important.
First free throw is good. And Phoenix making a change here. Kaminsky's checked in. Both good from the line that time. Thunder trailing by 12. Schroeder kicks to Noel. Down low. And Noel throws it down.
At his size, you simply cannot give up that kind of deep positioning to Nerlens Noel.
Booker outside. Johnson outside. Back to Kaminsky. 5 to shoot. He dishes it to Booker. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. And, of course, free throws always so important. Here are the leaders. Devin Booker is second.
I mean, he's not going to miss many foul shots. That's for sure. He is a machine when he gets to the charity stripe.
Schroeder outside. Passes it to Muscala. Now here's Diallo. Defended by Booker. 6 to shoot. And with that shot, the Suns' lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Diallo.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Now here is Carter. No points in the game yet for him. Baines dishes to Booker. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Diallo with it. Out guarded by Booker. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Pass to Kaminsky. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Booker. And he gets the jumper to drop. Booker's got 19 points.
Boy, this guy's operating like a 10-year vet. Booker making all the right decisions almost immediately.
Bounce pass, Schroeder. Diallo inside. Working on Booker. Fast break, here come the Suns. Here's the floater. And he sinks the layup. Booker's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Noel passes to Schroeder. Here's Dort. Back to Schroeder. Over Carter. And it's Schroeder missing. Phoenix leading by 10. Here's Booker, and he banks in the layup. Booker's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Pass to Noel. Schroeder outside. Back to Noel. Schroeder against Carter. Takes the turnaround J, and again, Oklahoma City, no good. Johnson outside. Back to Carter. And he uses the glass on the layup. Carter's got his first 2 points.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's Schroeder, 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Schroeder's got 9.
We know this. Dennis Schroeder at the point guard position is a thirsty scorer.
Carter looking around. Kicks to Johnson. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now, but when you look in your crystal ball, Doris, what might... be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
That second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Suns leading by 9. Here's Jerome. There's the pass to Johnson. Passes it to Jerome. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wide open look. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. And the Suns lead by 11.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars.
Schroeder passes to Muscala. Now Diallo. Back to Muscala. Launches it. And Baines pulls it down. Baines has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Carter down low. He kicks it to Bridges. Pass to Johnson. Here's Baines. The shot from the low post is good. Baines has got 6 points.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Diallo. 10 points for him. Schroeder looking over the floor. Shot up 2 there. 14 points for him.
And they work the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Johnson outside. Thunder with the rebound.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And here's a look at the stats for Dennis Schroeder. Some impressive play from him over the last month. Averaging about 18 points per, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it, to me, is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
The first free throw is good for the Thunder. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Alinari comes in for Mike Muscala. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Diallo. And for the Suns, DeAndre Ayton's checked in for Johnson. And Ricky Rubio's subbed in for Carter. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Suns leading by 9. 1:30 1:32 left to play in the third. It's stolen by Schroeder. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Boy, not many players in the league who are going to be faster than Dennis Schroeder in the open floor.
Rubio, the pass to Baines. Back to Rubio. Here's Ayton. Goes up again, and Adams sends it back.
Boy, this guy is such a defensive stalwart. Steven Adams, size and timing. Send it back, Steven.
Here's Ferguson. From the stripe. Second chance shot. It counts. And the foul. Ricky Rubio picks one up.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Gilgeous-Alexander checked in for Dennis Schroeder. The Suns making a switch here.
One shot.
What I love about Steven Adams is he approaches the game with a level of physicality that sets a tone for his team. Outstanding defensively and growing offensively.
Now here's Šorić. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Rubio finds Ayton. And Adams sends it back. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. Six on the shot clock. Šorić passes to Rubio. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. That one's off. Still out of sync. Paul looking over the floor. From down in the low post, it goes. Paul's got 8 here in the quarter.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for the Phoenix Suns. They've leaned on him for offense, and he hasn't let them down. He's now up to 23 points today. Right back after this break. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
And Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Gallinari and Adams, the combo on front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Ferguson in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
In the flick of a switch, going from defense to offense.
Well, just terrific anticipation to force the turnover and ignite the break.
Back to Rubio. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Ferguson, the pass to Paul. The score now all even. Paul's got 10 points here in the second half.
Boy, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love, Greg, is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Poke loose. And another fast break for Oklahoma City. Thunder.
Ferguson for 2. And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
Oubre with the steal. The drive by Rubio. And Adams sends it back. Out of bounds. Suns ball as Phoenix keeps possession. Devin Booker, he's checked in for Mikal Bridges. And the Suns call time.
You know, couldn't agree more with this timeout. Far too many turnovers to get any kind of offensive rhythm. You're just trying to mix things up here.
Let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, here's what Monty Williams went over with his team during the timeout. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. Repeat it with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
Go into the rack with energy. As the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Gallinari.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Saric outside. Now the dish to Oubre. For three, Booker. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Oh, Adams trying to free himself up. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
And here is Paul. Adams outside. Dishes to Gallinari. Just 5 to shoot. Over Booker. A nice shot by Gallinari. Gallinari's got the lead up to 7 now for Oklahoma City. Booker outside. Pass to Saric. Now here's Oubre. Booker outside. Over Gallinari. No good from Booker.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate. Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ayton. Paul outside. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Paul. Shot clock at 6. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
And with a monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by Oklahoma City.
Adams outside. Now the the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Good D by Booker. Suns trail by 5. Here's Saric, and slam dunk by Saric.
Boy, that's the vision and ability to deliver precise passes. Rubio completely on point.
Rubio against Paul. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Paul's got 4 points this quarter.
Just love the focus when he gets around the rim. How huge could those 2 points be?
Saric with it. Booker outside. Jacks up a 3. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in.
Boy, it's been a struggle in this quarter, and the team needs more from him. There's no doubt.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Pass to Gallinari. Over Booker. And it's Gallinari missing. Suns trail by 5. Rubio outside. Saric outside. Booker against Adams. And there's Booker on the assist by Saric. And that's now 25 points for Devin Booker.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Pass to Gallinari. The shot misses. Some solid defense from Saric. The drive by Booker. Banked in off the glass. Now just a 1-point Oklahoma City lead.
Now, guys, what a terrific feel for the young Booker. Knows exactly how to take what the defense gives him.
Rubio against Paul. Oh, that's blocked. And they'll keep possession. They recover it. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Guarded closer.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Wow, what a performance. And he's not just winning with physical ability, he's winning with anticipation.
Rubio in the corner. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. Saric finds Oubre to take the lead. Here's Ayton. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Gallinari.
Well, you love the focus from a young big man, DeAndre Ayton. The hoop and the harm there. Nicely done.
Free throw drops for Ayton. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, night in and night out, sometimes it's a battle of runs. Who has the most?
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, DeAndre Ayton.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
Pass to Gallinari. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Booker, and the layup's good off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Phoenix lead.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Rubio against Paul. Rubio outside. High arcing shot. And that one's good, Ayton. Ayton's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, you want to see DeAndre Ayton seek out the contact on the interior. Boy, he's a big-time talent.
Rubio against Paul. Gallinari outside. Will it go? Rebound by the Suns. Oubre's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And it's the Suns with the ball. Rubio against Paul. Shot clock at 5. From deep three-point range, Rubio misses. And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Paul, it's blocked. Here's Rubio. And Saric kicks to Oubre. Pass to Rubio. The 3. The Suns keeping it alive. A new 14. It's good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
Noel dishes the ball. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander, defended by Booker. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Paul. Clock at 6. To end the drought. The shot comes out. Now the Suns take it the other way. Rubio outside. Passes it to Ayton. He's looking for Saric and finds him. Count that bucket. And now a 10-point Suns lead.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Here's Dort, covered by Oubre. Gallinari kicks to Paul. On deep. Rubio with the rebound.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that. After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
Here's Paul. Gallinari trying to get open. Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Paul. Oubre outside. Pass to Ayton. Kicks it to Booker. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Booker's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Phoenix.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
Really a big-time win for these guys. They lost their first 2 games of the year for this team, so they won't be in danger of getting swept when they meet for the 4th time.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for DeAndre Ayton.
Boy, this guy played with some swagger and intensity on the boards tonight, dominating the physical aspect of the game.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Booker. Up and in on the layup. Booker's got 33 points.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes, Greg, when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
So it's the Suns winning easily here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
All right, guys, that's a wrap for tonight. The Suns pulling off the upset there as slight dogs tonight. So anybody with plus 6.5 on the Suns, you're a winner. Just checking out the over-under here real quick. 89.99. What is that? 188. 188. Well under the 207 mark. So the under winner's there. And then let's check the old box score out here for the props. CP3 27.5 is his over-under. He went for 27 points plus the 6 assists in there, so that puts him at 33 with the over. And we had 3 Suns in the player props. D-Book 32.5. I saw he hit a late bucket there in the end of, I don't know, 15 seconds left to put him to the over 30 at 33. So the overs are winners there. Excuse me. DeAndre Ayton with a monstrous night. 18, 24, and 2 blocks. That's 44 total. Well over his 32.5. And Ricky Rubio, 13 points, 9 assists. That's 22. Is that what we had him at? Yeah, points and assists, 26.5. So 22. That's under. I'll update the spreadsheet, guys. As always, another fun night. And I think tomorrow night we're going to have our special guest on with us announcing the game. So we will not be listening to the commentators. We'll actually have a special guest announcing the game tomorrow night. So tune on in for that. Otherwise, from Lee Sports, signing off. We'll see ya.